Mics are on. Hey everybody! My name is Lane Schuler.
And my name's Courageous.
And together we are I.N.K.
I.N.K.
We're super excited you're here. We are still prepping as it's still a little bit early. But we've got some
happening.
delicious stuff ready for everybody. We will be back shortly, so just hang tight, go grab a snack, and we will be getting started here very shortly.
15 minutes.
Hey everybody, I hope you can hear me well. We are going to be getting started about 7:05. People are just getting settled in, and yeah, we're super excited. So we will be back. You'll see us here floating around. We'll be getting started shortly. The skillets are hot. The oven is running. It's going to be great. So stay tuned. Chocolate?
It is chocolate.
Really? Hi, my name is Lane Schuler.
And my name's Courageous.
And together we are I.N.K. We are poets,
writers,
entertainers,
educators,
and so much more. And we are so excited.
I'm excited.
Yeah, tonight we're hosting a TV show.
We are hosting
virtually
a TV show about food.
Yes, about food, our favorite thing.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
You literally can't live without it.
You literally can't live without it. Although someone did try to tell me one time that you could live on sunlight.
Huh.
I don't think that works.
Unless you're a plant.
Unless you're a plant, which maybe he was a plant.
Maybe he was vegan.
Secretly. What would you say, over our years of touring around the country, what is your most memorable meal that we've ever had together?
The duck sous vide sandwich that we had at that place in Miami.
Sakaya Kitchen in Midtown Miami. Yes.
Miami.
So I went to Sakaya Kitchen
I went back
in January.
Oh,
closed.
You went January.
Yeah, closed. They're not doing Sakaya Kitchen anymore. Sad. Mine is the pizza that we got in Vermont. He tore his leg.
That was good pizza.
I would say an ACL, MCL, but it's all the CLs were torn.
All the CLs.
We were skiing, and so we holed up in this snowy cabin in February 2 years ago to the day, and we got this pizza delivered.
And that was some fantastic pizza.
That was some fantastic pizza, yeah. So yeah,
it wasn't Domino's.
It wasn't Domino's, which
but
we got.
Fantastic.
We got. Real quick shout out before we get started. Big thank you to Fuad and Layla Mishu for letting us use this beautiful, gorgeous house
so much
right here on the lake. I don't know what body of water that is.
Fort Loudon.
Fort Loudon Lake.
So
Fort Loudon Lake. It's beautiful in the day.
It is
really. Tell
at
that.
night, it's probably pretty scary.
At night, it is scary. I can tell you that right now. I'm here.
Sharks.
There
are sharks.
There are sharks in the water. I know. It's crazy. We're going to go ahead and shout out our chef tonight, Justin Holleman. Justin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you guys doing?
Doing great. Doing great. Glad to be here today.
I'm
Give the people a little background on your experiences within the culinary world over the past few years.
I've been cooking for about 26 years now. I started very young age and went to culinary school down in Charleston, South Carolina. And from there, kind of just gained a love for it, working at different types of restaurants, different salads.
Now, did you work in Charleston at some restaurants?
Yes,
Which restaurants?
Did the very big corporate Bubba Gump Shrimp Company there. And
I've eaten there, sadly. I mean, it was good, but
peeling 200 pounds of shrimp kind of wears on you.
Yeah.
Daily.
Every day.
Yes. So you learn from there and you figure out what you want to do. Just work at other places, and from there, just kind of let the creative side in me just kind of take hold. And
of course, yeah.
From there, moved back to Knoxville and worked at the Orangery for a while, and basically just kind of worked my way up, and here we are now 20 years later. It's going well. Family, 2 kids. I love Knoxville. Go Vols.
Go Vols.
Go Vols.
What else?
Basketball.
Yeah,
Basketball.
Oh,
football.
yeah. Football is terrible.
We don't have a football
we
team
don't
one of
talk
these
about
days.
We'll
No,
have
we
a
won't.
defensive coordinator, maybe.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But if you guys are ready to go, or
Yeah, let's get started.
Let's make this happen.
All right, let me grab the scallops real quick, and I will be ready to go.
Everything's in a bunch of places in the fridge, so scallops are mid level down.
I got you.
Yep.
All right, excellent. All right, guys. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna be doing a seared scallop dish. I'm gonna be doing a play with pesto. It's gonna be more of a cilantro-based Latin flavor and Latin infused with some pumpkin seeds, papitas, if you will. The best place to find those, by the way, so they're not super expensive. If you go to any Mexican market around here, you can get a bag about this size for about $2, and that is awesome because normally they'd be about $7 or $8 at Kroger. Other than that, let's go ahead and do this. I've got some really beautiful scallops here, U10 size scallops. They're from the shrimp dock.
Oh, I love shrimp dock.
Amazing.
Everything's flown in.
Everything's absolutely amazing. I gotta find oil.
Oil right there.
Yep. On the scallops, we're just gonna do a simple mix of it's a blend of salt, pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. I do 50% salt, 25% pepper, 25% garlic, and usually will work for most things, unless you're using like a soy sauce or anything like that. It's gonna have a little bit more saltiness to it. But we're gonna go ahead and season these up, toss these around, make sure our pan's good and hot. Now with scallops, what I will do with these Make sure they're good and seasoned and your pan is hot before you put them in there. And you want to make sure that they are solid on the pan. Also, make sure
You
that
don't
your
use
little
non-stick
your abductor muscle is taken off. Make sure that happens as well. So you're gonna put these in there and make sure that this side is.
Give them a little press.
Press it down a little bit. Make sure it's on there.
And you don't use non-stick. And you don't nothing stick.
Yeah. I mean, not on scallops.
Okay.
There's certain things you can use that for. I will be using that for our steak later on.
Okay.
But it's just mainly to get a good sear on it.
Now, occasionally when you order scallops out at a restaurant, you hit a big ball of sand. What is that, and is there a way for a home chef to avoid that?
Ball of sand.
Like just grit, you know?
That I would assume that's the abductor muscle. So
Yeah.
on some of these scallops, there will be a little. It's a lip, I guess you'd say, kind of a tendon or
Connected.
connective tissue.
Something.
Exactly. So that is a little bit more chewy, and I guess I would assume that would be your sandy. But then I've also heard some stories that people will use shark fins for scallops. Or
I've heard that too. And
I don't know if that's true
I
or not.
cannot confirm or deny that.
I don't know. But
The
these
people at the
are
shrimp dock would not allow that to happen.
no, these are absolutely amazing. Very, very pricey, but it's well worth it. So if you don't mind, let me rinse my hands off real quick.
So the temperature's on what, a
I
medium?
usually do about medium to high heat on those.
Okay.
Make sure it's good and hot. You're gonna want to leave it on that side for about, let's say 4 to 6 minutes. You're gonna start to see a little bit of color change coming up the sides of the scallops, but you really want to get that nice crispy sear on the bottom side of the scallop. Once we do flip it, you're really only gonna want to just leave it on there for a couple minutes just to finish it. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and plate it up after that. But for the plating, I've got, let's go ahead and do it on this. Over here. We got a couple things going on. We're going to be doing the pumpkin seed cilantro puree, which has a little bit of lime zest and lemon zest in it, and some lemon juice as well.
Is that this?
No, this is for dessert.
That's for
Later.
dessert.
Yeah,
Later. All right.
That's for later. All right. We're gonna get that out of the way.
So the pumpkin seeds, you said it's like a play on pesto.
It's
So
it's
pumpkin
definitely a
seeds
play on
will kind
pesto.
of take the place of
it's,
pine nuts,
Yes.
and then the
Pumpkin seeds will
cilantro
also
will
take
take
the place of the basil.
Yep,
We
yep.
still use the olive oil.
Okay.
I use it's an acedero cheese, which is kind of like a Mexican version of a Parmesan
Mexican
cheese.
Parmesan, yeah.
Very
Alright.
hard cheese. We grate that into there as well. Add the lime zest, the lemon zest, and what we'll end up with is Yep. So this is the puree, and as you can see, it is very much like pesto.
Looks
Yeah.
like it.
From there, we're just going to put a little bit of just a tiny spoonful on the plate, and then we also did some cured Roma tomatoes, which I had dehydrated for roughly 24 hours, just to get a lot of that moisture out, concentrate the sweetness of the tomato.
Now, is that something a home chef could do, dehydrating a tomato, or is it
If you have one of those Ronco food dehydrators, boom, it works perfectly.
I have a ninja foodie.
It
He
works
does
There you
that
go.
now too.
There you go. I love it.
Changed my life.
So here we're starting to get some color on these. Let's go ahead and check what this looks like. And it is not there yet.
So, what are people looking for that perhaps that they could cook that perfectly well, but they're looking for brown? What makes browning food taste better?
It's the caramelization of the product. The sugars come out, but it's also you want that kind of crispiness to the product as well.
Yeah.
The texture. I apologize to the homeowner.
Claude and Laley's making a mess. I told him not to. He wouldn't listen to me. I don't know.
So we're gonna go with that. All right. Anyways, guys, if we want to go ahead and start plating the so after dehydrating those tomatoes, by the way, we did a roasted garlic infused olive oil, and this is what we were left with. We soaked the tomatoes for 2 days in the oil after that. Then we take them out and drain the oil off that.
So those took 3 days to make. Is what you're telling me.
Yes, they did.
Good food takes time. So
Takes
that'll be a lesson.
If you want the recipe, it's very simple. Just let us know and we'll get it to you.
All right.
So over here, we're gonna chop these up for a little bit, just into quarter pieces not very,
Chop these up?
nothing too tough. Sure, if you want.
Nice.
Which should I use the parent? knife?
Whichever one you're comfortable with.
I don't know, Courageous. Does it look like a pear or does it look like a pepper?
This
So
those
here we
look
go.
like peppers.
We're getting some color here.
Okay, yeah. See this color here.
Starting to get a little bit of. There we go.
I was out to dinner with some friends a couple of years ago, and I ordered the scallops. And one of the guys I was with was like, "I don't like scallops. To me, it's just like a big ball of fat." To which I said, "That is why I love scallops."
There you go.
So you know,
that's flavor, right?
yeah, that is flavor.
So for here, once I flip them, as you can see, I immediately turn the heat off. But I'm still going to let them rest in the pan for two minutes or so.
Okay.
You don't want to overcook them; they'll become very rubbery and chewy. But this
Nobody wants that.
very perfect. Perfect.
All right, so I got these diced up.
Boom.
Kind of medium there.
That looks great. Awesome. So from here, I'm just going to put probably a spoonful of this on the plate. And a little bit. Just kind of pat that out.
That's gonna be our bed.
It's going to be your
Yeah.
bed for the
All
scallop.
right. Scallop bed.
All right.
Custom.
Also from there, we've got a couple of chilies we're going to garnish with on the plate. So we have a couple Anaheim, the white Anaheim, green Anaheim. Then this is like similar to a cherry pepper,
I wonder what that was.
and then a poblano. So nothing over the top. If you do want heat, you could use a serrano pepper, jalapeno. But these are very mild
I
peppers.
thought you might be trying to trick us with that one that looks like a habanero.
No.
Okay,
no,
good,
no.
good.
It's not going to be too bad. So from here, we're just going to cut it. The easiest way to do this would be a mandolin, if you had one at home, or the thinner the pepper, the better. You don't really want to use the seeds. You kind of want to get a little bit of the pepper flavor.
Won't sting too much.
Exactly. So we're just going to take a little bit of that.
So while he's cooking, I would love to tell you a little bit about Spark, which is the organization that we are raising funds for this evening. So many of you bought tickets tonight. Appreciate that. And some of you maybe just stumbled upon this on Facebook Live. So if you stumbled upon it on Facebook Live, we would love it if you consider donating to Spark, which is an organization right here in the greater Knoxville area that provides adaptive technologies to people with disabilities. We'll be telling some stories tonight about the lives that have changed through Spark, but feel free to go to sparktn.org for more information to learn about this wonderful organization that we are raising funds for tonight.
All right, so that's perfect for that. So what we'll do here, take these.
Oh, this looks so good.
These on.
And I know some foods require resting after you plate it.
Yep.
Is this one of those foods? And why would one want to rest a perfectly good steak before eating it?
Well, you want if you cut into a steak without letting it rest, all the juices are basically going to fall out of it.
From the pressure of
So,
the heat, it pushes
yes,
the juices
and
out.
the steak will continue to cook until you cut into it, but you want to you basically want to undercook the steak, let it rest for a few minutes, let it come up to temperature, and everything will kind of constrict back into place, and it'll be a much more flavorful, juicy steak. Same with scallops. Once you turn that heat off, that's more of a resting pattern right there. Yeah. So here, go ahead and just garnish with some of this.
Oh,
Colors.
Colors are good.
Very colorful.
Wow, that chop job on those peppers.
Yeah, who did that?
I don't
Is
know.
that
I
a
can't
chef?
remember.
Who's that? Oh,
This
man.
guy over here.
It's so long ago.
It's been said before that you first taste food with your eyes. So if it looks
So,
good,
here we go.
then it
Looking
tastes
on this
better
one.
when you get it. All
I
right.
think Andrew Zimmern said, "It looks good, eat it."
There you go.
Or if it looks horrible, eat it. We
That's
need
true.
forks so we can eat these scallops. I
There you
mean,
go.
we got to try
You
it.
need forks, right?
Forks right here. Let's fork it up.
Let's fork it up.
Let's hope it's all right.
I think it'll be okay.
Just one
Thank
for
you.
one for
Thank you. All right, let's try this.
All right.
Get a shot of this bad boy right here.
You want to give it a go? What? A knife? What kind of knife?
Couple of peps.
All right, I got you. All right, let's hopefully.
I can feel people nervously judging me and my inability to fork things.
Whoa.
Here we go.
How's that?
That is great.
Fantastic.
Excellent. Excellent.
It has all the elements that you're looking for.
Yes.
A little salt, hint of sweetness, some spice.
A little sweetness.
I love it.
So that are you getting any of the citrus coming out of that?
Sure am.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. Excellent.
Yeah, a lot of brightness for sure.
I love what you did with those aromas.
Did you get sweetness out of that?
Yep.
Excellent.
So if you were to want to try your best to recreate this at home, the scallops you start with, is that a diver scallop?
This is a jumbo diver scallop. Yes, it is sea scallop, and you can get them. They're U10 size from the shrimp dock. Like I said, they're a little pricey, but it's very much worth it.
We're in Tennessee, and if you want seafood,
Yeah.
you're gonna have to
Yeah,
pay
we'll
somebody
wait
to
for
bring it to you.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna have another bite because it's just
Yep.
too good.
It doesn't quite compete with Domino's, but
It does not. It does not
We'll
get
get
there
there.
on those. It's on
That is so good.
a whole different
Chef,
level.
that is amazing. You've
Thank
done
you.
such a good job on that.
thank you very much.
I
Well,
love that pesto.
the other one we have is mussels. Does everybody like mussels?
I got all the muscles.
Oh my God.
Am I live? Am I live? Am I
All the
live?
muscles.
Are y'all?
Director Nate, am I on the camera? I'm like, okay. Mussels. But seriously, mussels. How are we going to cook these mussels tonight?
On these, well, we're getting a very hot pan. We have Prince Edward Island
Oh,
mussels.
I just hit the sand, the grit.
On the scallop?
Yeah.
Really?
It's probably the
Looks
pepper.
funny. No, it's great. It's a thing. I just didn't know
I
if there's a
guess
way to
it's just
avoid
a
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Huh. All right, so for this, we're gonna get a very hot pan.
Medium high.
Yeah, we're gonna just add a little bit of oil to that.
Got
And
it.
if you have any
What kind of oil are you
questions,
using?
oh, sorry.
This is just basically canola oil. And from here, too hot.
Sorry, Lane. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's fine. It's hard. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to put them on the YouTube or the Facebook page, and we will answer those live. We will get them right here in my ear, and we will answer those as we go. If you want to know what he's doing, the technique, what type of scallop it is, all that kind of stuff, feel free to ask it in there. We would love to answer it for you. Oh, side note too, if you're wondering why we're not wearing masks, we have all quarantined up until
Yeah.
the show, the appropriate amount of time.
Want to make sure it happens.
And by quarantine, we have no friends and we sit at home all day, 16 hours a day. Quarantining came
20
very natural to
24
us.
hours a day.
Yeah.
I'm making it happen.
Yeah,
I like it.
for sure.
I'm ready for dessert.
I'm ready for dessert too. I keep seeing because we got this chocolate over here, we got this raspberry sauce.
Reduced
Yeah,
wine
I don't
sauce.
know what
No,
that
it's
is.
reduced wine
That's
sauce.
reduced wine sauce.
That's what I'm talking about.
Mm.
So
No, you wish it.
from here, we're gonna go ahead and I've got roasted garlic and roasted peppers in the butter that we're gonna finish the sauce with. So from here, I'm just gonna add a few onions to this sauce. And get some color on that.
Red onion.
So some red onion, and then we're going to do. Oh yeah. All right. Let's fire that up. Nice and hot. You want to be careful. You might get some flame up when this happens.
All right, I'm gonna stand back a little bit.
Do this at home.
Oh, like my eyebrows.
Just be very careful. Make sure there's nothing above you. I guess. We'll be all right.
It's gonna be like the flambe episode of Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
No.
As long as it's not like the Michael Jackson commercial with Pepsi.
Yeah. Rest in peace. All right, here we go.
Cookies in here. All right, so we're good. Get that going.
And did you say these mussels were prepared a certain way? Are they soaked in something, or are they just straight out of the bag?
There's a beard that you want to take off on some of these. So, at the shrimp dock, they usually clean most of them.
That's a
So,
good thing.
I talked to them, and hopefully they were honest about it. Usually, they will take that off. If not, it's a very simple thing to do. We should have checked that beforehand. Let's go and see. Nope. They all look
Nope.
perfectly fine. So what we're gonna do from there? Just some Chardonnay, some simple white wine,
Go on in
and
there.
we're gonna throw this in there. High heat, maybe like 4 ounces, and let that steam up. Cover it up. Let that do its thing for a couple minutes.
Okay.
It's going to open them up.
Now, why does alcohol find itself in so many dishes? What makes it cook well? How does it differ from just adding, say, a water or a flavor?
You're adding so much flavor. You're adding the sweetness. You're adding the flavor of the grape to it, and then from there, it's also adds to the sauce as well. Once you reduce that down and cook the alcohol out, you actually don't cook all the alcohol out, but then from there, we'll just add a little bit of butter, and then that just kind of creates the magic that sauce swims around in, and it's magic. It's delicious.
A little acidity, a
Yeah.
little fat.
Yeah.
Yep, all that.
I like it.
So what we're gonna do here, do a little bit of this lemon. there. There. Oh my God. We made a compound butter. Basically, you just soften up some butter, put it in a mixing bowl. We roasted some peppers, some yellow orange peppers, and then slow roasted garlic, which takes a little bit of time. Puree that into a paste, and then mix that all in the butter together. And then we wrap it in wax paper, and you end up with this.
Oh.
Stop. Yep.
So here we got.
So can I just put this on a bun and eat it like a hot dog?
Absolutely.
All right.
If you want a heart attack, absolutely. But no, this is a very, very nice flavor to this. I put quite a bit of flavor into it. It's a couple peppers, probably 1 and 1.5 bulbs of garlic in this. So we're going to use quite a bit. We'll use this whole thing, and that's about maybe 1.5 pounds of mussels to about, I'd say there's about a 1/4 stick of butter.
Okay, yeah.
Mixed with all the vegetables. So from there, I'm going to go check them out. Oh, see, we're open right there.
We're open. So opening is a sign that they're done.
That is perfect right there.
The mussels open up to you. You know, they're ready to be eaten.
So,
Yeah.
2.
They open
Let
up
that
to you.
reduce down a little bit.
Oh, I get it. Yeah.
They open up to you.
Yeah. Listen, this is what I'm dealing with.
It's really hard to get lobsters to open up to you because they're shellfish.
Oh my lord.
They're so
Oh,
shellfish. Crabs too.
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw more butter in because you can't really go wrong with that. With
More
more butter.
We're gonna talk about that
We're
later.
talking about butter. I think once this dish completes,
I think a whole lot of butter might
More
might
butter?
happen.
If we're talking about butter, we might as well go with
we
it.
might as well. Let's just go get that roll.
Let that cook down a little bit.
And how long should you let your compound butter combine? How early?
Well,
should you
I mean, once you can go ahead and do it right before. I mean, once you have the flavors mixed in, it's not, you're not really infusing the butter.
Mhm.
You're basically infusing the sauce. And once
Once
all
it's in there,
combines,
it's in
there. Yeah. But this is something you can make way ahead of time, freeze it, and it will hold
Okay.
for a long time. So, I've got a couple rolls of it at home. Roasted garlic, you can do dill, you can do basil, it doesn't matter. You can do pesto. Pretty much whatever you want to put into it, it works. Well, depending on what you're cooking.
Yeah.
I want to put
You don't want to put the cinnamon and sugar in the
Dirt.
Let's not do that.
pesto
You're not
butter.
doing French toast.
motor
mustard.
oil. You roll the motor oil in.
Could that work though? Put some cinnamon sugar in? Put on the
I don't know.
I
We
mean,
try it.
No?
With some bacon,
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
you know,
pancakes, and
brown sugar and butter. Put it all together.
it won't be
Put it on
bad,
top
right?
and stuff.
bacon and pancakes.
We got a brand new thing.
Yeah.
Chefs don't even do this. We just made
Yeah,
it.
we just made it up. He's shocked at this thing we
Brandon.
made up.
No,
Right.
I don't know about that. Where did there they are. Use these again. All right, guys.
You know who has good mussels?
I like that sound.
What's it called? French restaurant. North Shore Brazos.
Oh, absolutely.
I loved it.
That is delicious.
Did you hear about the French restaurant or the French factory that exploded?
No, that's
Yeah, the cheese factory. There was nothing left but debris.
Oh my
It's
god.
debris.
Yeah. Are we going to be serving debris today?
Dad jokes. Dad jokes.
I'm not even dad. It makes me
Oh my goodness. All right, guys. There's
I
some
have to
mussels.
put up with this guy all the time.
You are lucky.
Would you like to try some
Yes,
of
let's
these?
get some mussels for our guests.
I guarantee you these are delicious.
I'm guessing it's going to be blistering hot. I should probably
It
not grab
probably
it.
is. You probably get a fork and give that a go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Speaking of French things, this is not too unlike escargot. You ever had? You guys snails before?
What?
Yes.
Surprisingly good eat. Weirdly, I don't eat all of it.
Are you a fan of snails?
Me?
Yes.
Yes. Well, one time I had them at Blackberry Farm one time, and they're obviously prepared really well. But I had I had them twice, and they're good. It's a bit of the mental thing that you're.
I think it is. Maybe it is mental.
I think it is a mental thing. You see the little things in the garden, and like,
Yeah, I'm just not going
you
to.
don't step on them, but you don't want to like.
I think my mother. I think
slimy trail.
one of her favorite animals, or my aunt, maybe. One of their favorite animals is a snail. I'm like, what? How in the world? What's your favorite? But anyways, I could not. I've had them a few times. It's not.
You know what I don't care about at all is caviar. I've had it many times, and I'm just like, it's all right.
What about with sushi?
Yeah, I mean that's better, I suppose, but it's not something that I'm gonna like change my life
Yeah,
for
I think
to track down caviar.
It's just super salty. That's
it's extremely salty. Yes.
That's really
But how are the mussels, guys?
super good.
Fantastic.
Super good.
Man. I
Would
like
anybody else like to sample them? No, thank you. Okay.
sample mussels.
Come through. Serve these to our room.
Yeah, camera guys. Everybody in the room. Try some
like
mussels. You want some?
Yeah, you remember this guy over here?
Oh yeah.
The way to serve it.
Yeah, we're gonna get you some mussels.
Yeah, I'm trying to get some muscles for our production crew.
Oh,
Mussels
another
for
bowl.
the crew.
Here,
Yeah.
here, throw some in.
It's not delicious.
Here, I won't need that until like very nice.
Perfect.
We'll wash it out.
Excellent.
Oh,
We're gonna heat this back up. Get that going for the steak and the sandwich.
Let's take a break.
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
We were thinking about doing this poem.
Is everybody enjoying this so far?
So far, I think.
Are you guys getting hungry? What are you guys eating at home?
Yeah, that's a good question. If you are enjoying it, smack that share button. Let the whole world see what you're watching right now. Or, your friends.
Yeah.
Maybe not the whole.
No, it's not the
We don't need the whole
Make
world.
sure you don't have your tabs open or anything. You know, like
browser history. Uh-oh.
control alt something.
Well, yeah, my favorite thing to do in cooking is very special.
It's very special.
We got Valentine's Day coming up.
Hey,
So we finish each other's sandwiches. Oh boy. But yeah, we got Valentine's Day coming up.
Valentine's Day. It's real special for some people.
Special, cooking a meal for your significant other. It's a thing that cannot be replicated. It's
I
very
think
special.
that's how a lot of people are going to do it right about now.
Yeah.
Everybody doesn't have this opportunity to stay away and do all the things and then get a personal meal from a fancy chef.
So this is a great way to learn how to cook a restaurant quality meal right at home.
It's a way to do it.
So the way you do, we've seen here, you get all your stuff, your mise en place.
Mise en place.
Means stuff in place.
Yep.
You
Crap in order.
get your you get your skillet, get your pots,
skillets, you get your
pans.
pans,
You hit it with a little bit of this,
a little bit of that,
and a whole lot of butter. These are the words I remember from my mother. She taught me how to cook when I was this tall, and those words stuck in this brain until this day when I picked up this phone to make this call to say,
hey, let me cook for you. Have a seat at my table. I'm here to serve you. Allow me the opportunity to pour you a glass of your new favorite wine. While I finish preparing the ingredients I selected to nourish you. See, this isn't just food. This is the moment when I culinarily excite each and every one of your senses at precisely the same time. Well before we get to dessert.
let me cook for you, because a wise woman once said that cooking is a whole lot like love. It should be entered with reckless abandon or not at all. So with a little bit of this.
A little bit of that
And a whole lot of butter.
I made you that one day that you had in that restaurant that one time where you just kept telling me how much you meant for us to be there together, but then you got mad at me because you said I wasn't listening, but I was.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I took out the sage you said you hated
Added a little spice like you do to my life.
and removed the garlic and the onions for us for later. I cater to the tip of your taste buds, but I was hoping this Valentine's Day we could be more than just taste buds.
Right, because a good meal, like good love, never fully satiates. It is good to the last bite, and even the last bite leaves you wanting more from the appetizer.
Our eyes meeting across a crowded room.
To the entree.
Our very first real date.
To the side dishes.
Those late night phone calls that last until sunrise. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
To the icy cold beverages.
The very first time you fart in front of me. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's live. We're live. We're streaming.
My bad.
Okay,
Okay.
to the dessert.
And we all know what dessert is, right?
Our wedding night. Generations of our families gathering together, witnessing
Holy matrimony. Knowing that again, neither of us will ever have to be lonely.
and I fixate my gaze on you, walking down the aisle, much like I will spot the waiter across the room carrying our food, and I know it's our tray from 100 yards away, and I will track that steak like I'm the NSA because I'm fat like that. But with this meal,
I prepared the best ingredients with the most nutrients to add to the span of your life, our lifetime, to set the table for more days we're able to spend together, nourishing each other.
You cook the dinner.
I'll do the dishes.
I cook the dinner.
You do the dishes.
You bring home the bacon.
I watch the kids.
You walk the
so
dog.
I can go hang with my friends.
I live to love you. You love the way that I live.
You're sweet and I'm spicy.
Just like the perfect dish. Just like the perfect night. And that's just what this is.
And as I cook, I pray to God you don't forget this.
And I can cook you dinner, and you can cook me breakfast. But that, y'all, that is just the first of many meals,
Many courses.
many trials,
Even more
errors, like when my parents first got married.
Your mom's Southern like mine. She tried to make biscuits, right?
She did, but you know, apparently she mixed up all the ingredients. So instead of biscuits and gravy, they got pie crust and gravy. Yeah, no, it wasn't good. But now, my mama's biscuits are the best on the block, and that is love. Spending years using hands to press, fold, and caress to turn pie crust from dry, flat lumps into big, buttery biscuits. And love ain't easy, y'all.
It isn't supposed to.
Look, I could have gotten you something off the dollar
I
menu.
could have taken you somewhere really fancy, like McDonald's or something.
I could have even gotten you a foot-long sandwich for $5, but we are here in comfortable company. Napkin on my lap, love on your plate. You on my mind, now let us say grace. Thank you, God, for our food.
Let it provide nourishment to our bodies.
Let it impress her ever so slightly.
And if it's your will, let this be my child's mother.
And she can teach him how to cook.
How to find a lover.
With a little bit of this.
A little bit of that.
And a whole lot of butter. Thank you.
Thanks, y'all.
That's our piece. That's our piece.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
I'm over here.
That
I'm like,
was.
Thank
You're
you.
all supposed to laugh or
No, we
We
love
let it out.
it
We
when
let
people
it
react.
make it happen.
outstanding.
Yeah, so if you like that, we got more inkspokenword.com. Feel free to check us out. We are doing virtual events globally.
Globally.
We did a show for Hawaii.
We did.
That was really cool.
Cool.
It was not cool having to stay up until 2 a.m.
No.
But it was cool. So if you're liking what you're seeing, again, if you're seeing us on Facebook right now, please head to sparktn.org. You can find a little donate tab and smack that button and feel free to donate to this amazing organization.
That's how you donate.
Donate.
Yeah.
If it's fancy stuff.
Yeah.
We're going to have caviar. We're going to also donate.
Yep.
To the
Sure.
organization. Chef, are we ready for our next dish?
We are going to be doing the salmon.
Salmon.
So we've got some nice salmon fillets right here.
I like
We
it.
are going to be doing a rub on.
Leaving
these
the
from
skin
the-
on.
Leaving the skin on. The skin is my favorite part.
Okay.
You sear the skin side down, get it really nice and crispy, and flip it and finish it.
Top part.
Flesh side, yes.
Yeah.
You do the Gordon Ramsay thing where you cut little slices in the skin?
No, I
Okay.
just let it go.
Okay. I do that
love-
sometimes.
When I go eat sushi, my favorite part, my favorite roll is salmon skins.
Yep. I'm with
So
you.
I love the crispiness of it. After that, we're going to be doing it's kind of a fusion of Latin and Asian flavor, I
I
guess.
like it.
We're going to be doing an avocado, an asparagus, and ginger root salad with a little bit of soy,
Avocado,
some honey.
asparagus, and ginger root.
Yes.
I like it.
I like all of those things.
Some
That's great.
soy, some honey. On the salmon, we're going to be doing a rub of some coriander seed, some cumin, some paprika, a little bit of salt, pepper, garlic.
And you're going to fresh grind those spices
And
right in front of us.
I toasted them earlier, so
Okay.
you have these. You can smell it right there. You got nice
I like it.
flavor on that.
Coriander, what's in it? Coriander,
Coriander
cumin?
seed, there's some cumin, there's some oregano.
Okay.
A little mixture of
Take notes. Take mental notes.
There is a recipe for it.
All right, with it.
If anybody is interested,
This is a spice grinder here.
it's a little spice grinder. You can use coffee grinder, spice grinder. If you do use your coffee grinder, I would suggest not using
Wash it
coffee
up.
after you use spices. It will taste. Your coffee will not taste right.
There is a place in Nashville that does this coffee rub filet,
Yeah.
and it's just
Oh, yeah.
so good.
That would be one of the cases where you could use it again.
Yes.
One of
That would be.
maybe the
So from here,
I bet that sounds fantastic.
release all of that flavor out there. Oh yeah. So if you want to give that a little whirl,
Oh, man.
from there we're gonna mix up a little bit of
Okay.
the salt,
That's
pepper.
so good.
It's got a little bit of chili flake in it, so it might have a little bit of heat.
It does.
We're also getting a little heat on this dish from the ginger root, but the balsamic and the honey will tone that down quite a bit.
Nice.
So from here,
I like how you play with all the spicy, salty, sour, sweet.
Yeah.
we'll
A little bit of
season
everything.
this.
Now, when people call something a rub, they don't actually have to rub it in, right?
I mean, if you were going to be smoking meats and doing like a pork shoulder,
Mm-hmm.
by all means, apply very liberally. Here, we're just going to try and get.
Salmon don't have shoulders, so that's why we're not going to do this.
I've seen
They
salmon
do
You
before.
don't want to rub anybody's
They do
shoulders.
have a collar though.
That's
They do
true.
have a
That's
collar,
true.
yeah.
That's true. And it's good.
It is very tasty. So from here, we're going to get a little bit of the oil back in the pan.
Yep.
Ooh. We're going to do a couple of these at a time. If we can fit all three in there at once, we'll go ahead and do it.
Looks like we might be able to.
Yeah.
Remember, if you have any questions about what Chef is doing, please feel free to smash them out there on the Facebook or the YouTube page.
You going skin side down first?
We are going skin side down.
All right, all right.
When
Do you flip it?
Do flip it, but I wait until you're almost going to see on the side of the meat.
Mhm.
You're going to see the colors change, and once that finally gets to almost the top, we're going to turn the heat down.
Okay.
But once it almost gets to the top, then you're going to flip it. Same with the scallops. From there, you
Yeah.
turn the heat off. You're just going to let it rest for about 3 or 4 minutes,
Okay.
and then that will continue to cook it. I prefer salmon about medium rare to medium.
Is that like right
Anything
after
over
the
that?
white stuff starts coming out of the salmon?
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
anything over that, you're really going to start approaching extremely dry territory.
Salmon jerk.
It's never good. Yeah, so you don't want that to happen. From here, if you're going to lay it in a hot pan, hot oil, place it skin side down and drop it away from you.
So it's
Please do
splashes
that.
on your backsplash and not
Yes,
your
and not
front
on your
splash.
face or wherever else.
That's your new venture. We're going to invent
Oh.
the front
The
splash.
front
That's
splash.
bad news.
It is bad. It is bad. That's another way.
There we go.
Now, how do you know when your pan is hot enough? And does it depend on the oil? Answer that
The
question.
oil, once again, we're using canola oil. Once you see it start getting a little more fluid,
Yeah.
and you can start. You don't want to get it to the smoking point, then you're obviously going to be burning it.
Yeah.
But from there,
Where would you put canola on the smoke? Is it a medium smoke point kind of
that's a
oil?
pretty high smoke point, to be honest with you. Your low smoke point would be extra virgin olive oil.
Yeah.
You really don't want to sear anything with that. But then you can get up to like peanut oil, which is extremely high. You get like 400 degrees for that. So it's will hold up. 300, 350 degrees. So.
Okay. Smells so good.
I just- oh, stop.
And also,
Wait.
it's wonderful to be in a clean kitchen. So you really like to clean as you go.
Yep.
You know, right now, boom. Just get rid of this.
Wire,
Wipe
lay
down
down
everything. Or throw it on the ground,
And
right?
then he drops it on the ground.
Nobody
See?
can see that.
That's
though.
what happened.
Nobody can see that.
I'm sorry, Mickey family.
Now we need to get Perks to help.
We're trying to control him, but it's just too hard.
I got it. That was right on cue, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah. Boom.
Yeah. I don't want to slip and fall and have an accident. That would be,
Oh my goodness,
yeah.
that'd be terrible.
I would sue Courageous.
Yep.
Yeah, that's too
I would sue me too.
Yeah.
Well, you're not getting anything.
Exactly.
Now you are currently you're working out on Market Square, right?
Yes, I am.
What are some development? I know Scott's doing a lot of improvements, some new businesses. Are you
We
able
are.
to share what's going on?
We are going to be opening up Bernadette's ballroom on March 1st. After years and years of promoting it, and
Is this the spot with all the crystals?
yes,
Cool.
there's probably over $1 million worth of gemstones and crystals in this building.
Wow.
It's amazing.
It has to have some good energy, man.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, it's absolutely phenomenal for craft cocktails.
And you'll be handling food for that restaurant.
Completely vegetarian menu.
Wow.
Yep. So here in a few weeks. Next week we're going to be finalizing the menu. 2 weeks after that, boom, we're open.
Are you going to have a soft opening where certain people, leaders in the community?
I've heard something about that.
Okay, so yeah, so we'll see you there.
Yeah.
Scott, if you're watching, I hope you are.
You have,
Scott,
We're available.
you got a
I
number.
don't know
you
what
guys,
it is, but
you
we're
guys
there.
do know Scott. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I would totally utilize that. Okay. You know, definitely use it.
Oh,
So here,
yeah.
we're going to look at that. We're going to get some nice color on that
That's a
skin.
good, that's a good color.
On this one, I'm going to let it go a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to let it go a little bit more, and we're going to turn it down just a tad. We don't want to burn it. Just want to get it nice and crispy.
Now, some people at home probably aren't working with a gas stove like this. Any tips for people that would be working with just your standard flat top or your eye?
I would go maybe medium to low medium heat, just because you want to cook the fish, but you also don't want to burn the skin.
Right.
It's going to take a minute to get the heat through that skin into the meat. So, boom. We're getting there. You say another minute or so. We'll be right there. That one we've already flipped. Fast point no return there.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go dangerous. So we're getting good color on that as well. Turn that back on. All right, so the accompaniments on this dish. We've got some mustard greens, which I'm going to saute just very quickly with that. Deglaze with a little white wine, salt, pepper, garlic. And on this dish, we made a salad, if you would. This is the ginger root, shaved asparagus, and avocado with a little bit of sesame oil and some soy sauce and honey.
Okay, yeah.
And that's going to go on top of the fish. We get the mustard green sauteed. We're also going
Shaved asparagus. What tool did you use?
just your regular vegetable peeler.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
nothing fancy about it.
How does one judge when you get a whole asparagus piece? It's like yay long. Where do you cut off? Where do you stop it to where you're not getting the weird chewy stuff?
So what you want to do is you want to grab the top, and you're basically going to. All right. So if you bend it and see where it snaps, that's where
Okay.
every piece is
Okay.
going to be
That's
perfect.
good enough.
All right, so we are good on this. We're going to let this ride out on
Not
very low
tell you
heat.
guys how good it smells in here right now.
Yeah, I know. I wish we had smell vision. We don't. But
We're working on that too.
So now
Front
let's
splash
get
and
a-
then the smell vision.
smell vision. We're gonna make $1 million. on
We're
this.
gonna make at
But we
least
just-
$1,000.
We just told them all our ideas.
I need a pan to do the
You know,
green.
I'm one of those people. Like you can tell them the play you're gonna run, but
Yeah.
you know if
That
you
means-
execute,
Yeah, that means
you
make
can
it
have our
fun.
playbook. You know,
Yeah.
you know it's coming. It's coming. We're gonna make it happen. That's how we do it.
All right, so we're going to move this over. And in this pan, we're going to turn it up high heat again.
All
And
right.
this is what we're going to do our greens in.
Green. Got it.
There should be mustard greens down there somewhere.
They are in the bag in the refrigerator. Yep. Never mind. It's not in the refrigerator anymore.
A lot of guys will relentlessly add lemon to every fish dish that they cook. Do you find that not necessary? I've always never really
I mean,
understood
if
it.
I'm eating fish and chips or something like that,
Yeah.
by all means, yes. Everything else, maybe some lemon zest. We can do that in a little bit of dishes. But other than that, no, I really don't see the need to add too much. You can add the acidity through vinegar or other sources.
I love dill.
I love dill.
I love putting dill
smoked
on
salmon. How
salmon.
about you like smoked salmon at all?
I love smoked
Oh
salmon.
yeah.
Sounds like a good deal to me.
What's the dill pickle?
So on the mustard greens, I'm not sure who you guys ever cook greens at all.
No,
Yep.
I usually avoid it if it's green.
I love the greens.
You don't want the ribs. So what you'll do?
I love ribs.
If you, well, me too. So if you take this, you're gonna want to just kind of grab it on the bottom,
Okay.
pull it like
Like
that,
kale.
and then boom. And
Do the
then
same
it pops
thing with
right
kale,
out.
right?
Yep.
Pull them all
Kale, collard greens, all that good
How
stuff.
much of this should I buy for this dish? Because a lot of times I'm like, hey, I'm trying to cook spinach for my whole family of 9, we'll say. And so I go to the store and I go, hey, give me 14 bags of spinach. And then it's not enough.
Might be half what you
Yeah. How do I judge that? Is there a trick I can do for that?
Yes, you get a very hot pan,
Okay.
and what you do is you're gonna want to cook it very slightly. It doesn't take much to cook it.
Gotcha.
So you make sure you have all your components together. You got your salt, pepper, boom. We got our wine right here. That's what we're gonna do.
So we're going to learn how to do this live.
It's just gonna be very quick.
All right.
A little bit of oil.
So if you're wanting to make your greens last longer and your spinach last longer, behold, you're about to find out
It
how
won't
to
be mush. It'll also
Yeah.
have a little bit of
Don't
texture
cook
to
the
it.
Yeah.
crap out of it is
Mhm.
what we're about to learn.
All right, so boom. Get that hot.
Love
Just
that.
a little
Good
crispy.
sound. I hope you hear
Little
that.
crispy. A little bit of salt, pepper.
Yeah, yeah,
Salt
yeah.
pulls the water out of the greens, right?
Absolutely.
So it's gonna
Wilt a little
speed
bit.
up the process.
One day, watch out.
Crank
I
that
ain't,
up
I ain't
super high.
afraid of no fire.
We're not gonna bring this up. There's no way.
That's the thing you don't say.
What do you say when you're about to do something?
So, all right, so we're gonna hit that with a little bit. From there, that steaming process is gonna be very quick.
Oh, we're fine. Oh, we're fine.
I'm trying not to do
That's what that
too much
Yeah.
fun. All right, so we're gonna flip that around a little bit. And, Very good.
A little char.
A little char on
If
it.
we keep cooking it, it'll just mush down to nothing.
Yeah,
But we're
absolutely.
going to shut it off fast.
Yep. And that's about that. Good.
Literally
Okay.
90 seconds.
There you go. That's it. That's all you need. In there. And bring this over here. So we did lose a little bit of volume to it,
That's okay.
but
It's expected.
that's what happens. Like that.
Mm.
There.
More colors.
I'm so ready to
Wonderful
just destroy
colors
this
right
beautiful
there.
masterpiece you've
There you
created.
got a little bit of the balsamic honey here.
Ooh, fun.
Balsamic honey.
Adds a nice contrast to the dish. This one, a spoonful of this goes quite a bit.
Yeah, balsamic.
So
Pungent.
it adds the sweetness cut through that ginger.
Yep.
So I'll give that a go. And that's that dish right there.
Got my
Not
fork ready.
me. Unhappy
All right.
if someone brought this to me at my table.
No, look at that. That's beautiful. And as you saw, like if you're watching live, that took skill, but this is something that you could pull off at home. It's, it's not completely unreasonable.
Super
As
simple.
long as you're not
Very simple.
Me.
as long yeah, well yeah. I wasn't gonna say that,
Yeah.
but you know.
When we were in Omaha, Courageous cooked us up some delicious lemon pepper chicken.
Yeah.
It was just outstanding what you did with that chicken. How was it, my friend?
All right, guys.
Wow.
What do we got going? How is it? Woo! Flavors? All kinds of flavors?
So good.
Anybody want to go there?
Right there.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Man,
Appreciate it.
okay.
But you're right on the Mexican Asian.
You got a little bit of, you know,
You're totally
little
going both.
cumin
All right, I gotta get back
going,
into
a
this.
little
This
bit
is
of
too much.
smokiness going. Let's go.
You should
What's
do it.
going on there?
You should be a fan of your own work, my friend.
Yeah.
How's the fish cooked? Are we good?
Perfect.
Oh,
Hard to
oh,
say.
absolutely.
What do you
yes.
think? How's it go?
That's pretty much perfect. Yeah.
That's it.
And yeah, the
And the
skin.
greens too.
Let's get this go.
I've got my-
Would anybody else like to try this?
We've got 2 full pieces.
All
Yeah.
30
All the
people
heads
out of
say
that
yep.
audience, you guys want to try this?
All the heads say yep.
Yeah, you don't hear anybody, but we've got 75 people in this
Woo!
house.
765 people in here.
Yeah. Again, miss you family. I'm sorry. I know we said we only have a handful, but we got 400.
We have got a full party going on.
Let's
You guys should try this.
yeah, let's
Outstanding. Yes.
how we played it up. Need more plates so we can give it around to the people.
Yeah.
The taste.
That was my fork.
Let's do
I need another. Can I use this?
absolutely. Yeah. Boom.
And
Boom.
then give me some forks, I guess.
Here we go.
You want the avocado?
All right, guys.
Avocados. We got avocados.
We played it correctly for everybody.
Oh yeah. Be very generous.
I can do that.
We don't want to take anything home.
Nope.
No doggy bags.
We don't even have any dogs here.
All right,
Cool.
Chef, what's next on our list here?
Next up is the steak.
Steak.
We're going to be doing a sous vide style seared filet.
Sous vide. Tell
so
the
this is
folks at
something
home what they may not know about
maybe
that.
you've done this at home or you haven't. It's a piece of equipment called an immersion circulator. It
Mhm.
keeps, it's basically creating a water bath that remains at a constant temperature, a consistent temperature.
Cooking's all about temperature,
not,
right?
yes,
Okay.
it is possibly the best way to cook a steak because you will not overcook it. You can pick your temperature and your steak will be that temperature
All the way through.
All the way.
Yeah. So
And you can leave it in there for 10 days and it won't go anywhere else.
supposedly.
Now, for
I
anybody,
don't know about that.
so I actually saw a video where these guys were like, "What happens when you sous vide a steak
Like
for a month?"
for a year or something.
And it's like just disgusting.
Yeah.
It turns,
it was like a
horrific.
brisket, I believe.
Yeah, I think we saw the
Yeah,
same
and
thing.
it basically rotted.
Yeah.
But they
It literally
had
rotted, yeah.
Yeah, they had it in between. If you're in between 40 degrees and in between 145, I believe, anything in there creates bacteria.
Right.
So you have to kind of be if you're going to stay in that area,
Mhm.
you better get out of that area quick, or you better serve it. So a rare, medium rare steak, you're going to be around 120. And
Now,
then-
for people who may have missed it earlier, if you're cooking it in the immersion circulator and then it gets up to 120, why not just eat it? Why do you have to sear it?
You kind of want that crisp. Like most people, when you get a steak, you either want it to be on a char grill or a skillet. I do skillet sears. You get kind of a more consistent, like a crisp. It's same with that salmon. You want that crispy crust that it just adds the flavor, the caramelization of the meat. So what I'm going to do, let me wash this out real quick, and then
Is this cast iron?
This is not cast iron.
Non-stick.
No, this is just yep, your run of the mill normal pan. So we've had this. I cooked this yesterday. This is another thing you can do with sous vide. This was prepared yesterday. You can pretty much infuse the meat with whatever you want. I just did the salt, pepper, but vacuum seal this in bags. You can do this with a food saver that you could get from Sam's or Walmart or where, maybe even
Kroger has them
wherever. Yeah. So herbs, anything you want in this bag, and then infuse the meat. Drop this in here. You can adjust your temperature very easily. Boom, like that. So however high you want to go, however low you want to go.
How much do one of these immersion circulators run?
They used to be very expensive. Now you can get them on Amazon for less than $100.
Really?
Yeah, I mean they're cheap. So attach it to there. Boom. You're basically keeping a constant temperature bath. Cook your meat. From there, we're gonna take it out, season it once more, get a really nice hot pan, sear it, and then we're gonna do a caramelized onion, some sautéed mushrooms, a red wine reduction, a little bit of butter in that, and then I also made a root vegetable gratin. It has some rutabaga, some beets, some turnips, and some Yukon Gold potatoes.
I like it.
So it's got a little bit of sharp white cheddar in that, and that will be the accompaniment for that. So let me just get this pan together, and we'll be on that.
Perfect. So yeah, thank you guys for joining us, especially you people that bought tickets earlier.
Yep.
And if you're just stumbling upon this, you're scrolling through your Facebook feed, and then you see these two super handsome, super awesome, skilled,
And Lane.
and us. We see these guys, and you see us. This is a fundraiser event for Spark. Spark is a nonprofit that provides life-changing technologies to people with disabilities. Anything from durable medical equipment, maybe it's just a pair of crutches or a walker, but also adapting toys to kids that maybe don't have the ability to play with them the way that a normal kid, a kid that is not disabled can play with those toys. It's a thing that we take for granted. There's a child that came to Spark and he really wanted to play video games. And when you think of what a kid wants to do, well, this is how kids are socializing now, right?
Yeah.
So to be unable to play a video game is extremely detrimental to these kids. And the team at Spark with Knox Makers, they were able to fashion a device that allowed him to play video games with his friends that he otherwise might not have been able to do that. And the parents came were just crying because suddenly he's happy again, he's engaged again. And it seems something that's so small that many of us take for granted, but for some people it can absolutely change the world. So Spark does amazing things. So head to sparktn.org to hear more of these amazing stories and to donate to this amazing cause.
Indeed.
All right,
That's what it's all about.
All right. So here we're going to do a couple things. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, we were done. We were wrapped.
We
We're
were
the perfect
interrupting
host.
you, my friend.
No.
We knew how to stop exactly when you were about to come around.
Shoot, that was perfect.
We got this timing thing. Yeah, that's yours.
All right, I need some more sand.
Oh, wait, no, there's your fork over there. Yeah, this hurt.
Have you guys been able to try everything? Excellent. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right, so very simple. Here, this is where we're going to do the onions and the mushrooms in this pan right here. Just julienne some onion. If you're not familiar with that cut, what I did here, just cut an onion in half, take the peel off, take each edge off, and then we're going to go with the lines on the onion, and we're going to just boom, simple cuts. Simple cuts. From there, we're going to throw in the pan, a little bit of oil. These, once you want to get the pan a little hot, get that initial sear on it. We're going to lower the temperature on it, and that's how you're going to get your caramelization off the onion. If you keep it high the whole time, you're going to burn the product.
That's something I always run into.
So for that purpose, to get proper caramelization on the onion, it takes a while. So I went ahead and made some earlier.
Okay, perfect.
Through the magic of
Boom. Do the magic of
streaming
video,
television.
cooking. Boom. So we can speed this process up.
The magic of foresight.
So what we'll do, oh, let's drop that down. Here.
Is that rosemary in there?
That is some rosemary.
I met lady named Rosemary once.
Green.
No, no.
I've heard it's impossible to overcook a mushroom. Agree, disagree?
They will get kind of mushy to a point.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you've ever had beef Wellington, what you do is you make a mushroom duxelle. So from there, you cook it at a low temperature for quite a while. What you're doing is you're extracting all the moisture out of that mushroom. There's so much moisture in the mushroom.
Mm-hmm.
So you want it to be completely dry, almost a paste at that point. Then, so I guess if you in this process or in this application, yes, you could overcook the mushroom.
Yeah.
I still like to have a little bit of texture to it, but in other applications, you're gonna cook the crap out of it. You just keep going and going and going and going.
Cook it all the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Aside from the restaurants that you are currently affiliated with, what's your favorite restaurant in Knoxville right now?
Oh man. Can I go food truck?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'd probably go La Herradura.
That's my favorite.
North Central.
Oh my God.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Yep.
I'm a big fan of tacos, obviously.
Yep.
Have you been to Chapelines in Maryville?
I'm not.
That's
Is
a
it very
killer.
good?
That's a
What do
killer
they have
taco.
there? Taco truck?
Yeah, they got it's in a gas station,
That's
and
the
they've
best.
got pork belly tacos.
They know what
got-
they're doing.
Oh, they got all. They got a secret menu, and
It could be in a back alley somewhere. You might get stabbed. Who knows?
and it's
But
worth it for tacos.
it's the best taco around.
You will get stabbed with a smile on
Who
your
knows?
face.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. So here we have the onions and the mushrooms. This is going to be the sauce for the steak. We're going to add some red wine, and then we're going to reduce that. So this is just a Bordeaux. We're going to add a little bit. We've only got 2 steaks, so we don't need a lot.
So as far as cooking wine, literally cooking wine from the store, that's garbage, right?
If you're not going to drink the wine, then you shouldn't cook with the wine.
Okay.
So that's the flavor you want.
Rule of thumb.
There you go.
I love
That's
it.
good.
That's what
So
wanna do.
when you come up with recipes, what inspires you? Where did you? It seems like you've got some French training, and it also seems like you've got
I
a
think
lot of
I'm,
just.
sometimes I'm just kind of a mad scientist, crazy,
Mhm.
and sometimes the flavors will not work, but sometimes you have to kind of
Yeah.
take that chance.
Yeah.
And it sometimes works.
Yeah.
Sometimes it doesn't, but it's all about experimentation and try new things, and you're not going to do anything new if you don't try that. I think it's great. I love cooking. That's one of the things. There's no rules really.
Yeah.
You can decide what you like, those flavors you like, those ingredients you like, go with that, and then just create from there. Whether it's a taco or a steak or a piece of salmon, it doesn't matter. It's wonderful.
And related story. One time, Courageous invited my wife and I over for dinner, and he created this killer meal. Everything was just perfect. He's like, I'm experimenting with a new sauce. He served on the side. The sauce was a failure, but the rest of the meal was great. And
Yep.
it's you got to experiment.
There you
Though.
go.
Next
Yeah.
time, sauce was great. Different sauce.
I think I worked with a guy who did it was like a banana chicken dish one time, and
Whoa.
it was possibly the worst thing I've ever tried in my life. So we know that bananas do not work with chicken.
Okay.
Do not ever try that at home.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Do not try this at home.
See, some things you just common sense.
You gotta-
tell you
yeah.
not to try.
Yeah, don't-
Like-
no,
But you
no.
know, like, who came up
What
with
about
peanut butter and
bananas?
jelly? You know, like, who would have thought?
Bananas
right?
and peanut butter. It's
Bananas
wonderful.
and peanut butter. That's what I mean.
Bananas and
Like,
chicken.
who would
No.
have thought peanut
Yeah.
butter and jelly would be so great
One
together?
time I did this
So you
mint
wanna
and
try
orange
that?
juice smoothie. That didn't turn out
Mint?
good at all. No, it's
Oh,
horrible.
like
toothpaste,
toothpaste?
right?
Toothpaste and orange juice.
In your mouth? Just
Yeah,
mix it
what?
up.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is
Good at all.
all right. So we're getting a little reduction here. All right.
All right.
Boom, boom, boom. We're gonna turn that off and let that cool down.
Whoa, that's cool.
All right. From there, we have room temperature butter. This is going to create the sauce and that
I like it.
steak. So we're not going to add that to that until we get our steaks here.
Okay.
So from here, cut this thing off. Boom.
Now we need another plate.
Yeah.
Plate.
You wanna-
We got a plate.
Is there a plate you see?
A plate.
I don't know.
We got a cutting board. Not really a plate.
Let's use this.
Please
Let's use this.
call into the show.
We
Tell
got
us
it.
where your
We
plates
got
are.
it.
Okay,
We got it. We got it.
All right, there should be a paring knife around here.
It's right here. It's got a.
Excellent. So I'm gonna cut these out of the bags and then re-season them.
And what all was in this vacuum pack?
This was just the steak. It's a beef tenderloin and salt and pepper. And now we're going to re-season them and then get a nice sear on it.
And we're smoking over here. Is that okay?
Yeah, we're good.
So beef tenderloin, a little kind of like a filet mignon from a different.
This is
different
a
area.
filet mignon. That's
Okay,
exactly
okay.
what it is. So we're gonna get that going. This is gonna be. How do you guys like your steaks normally?
Medium rare, hard sear.
There we go.
I can't eat beef, so
That's right.
You can't eat beef. Yeah.
What?
Loves beef, can't eat it.
I love it.
Alright,
Make a darn good steak.
let's see what happens here.
It's almost like an allergy, right?
Yep. I
Is it
became
now?
vegetarian for like a year, and then I could bring back everything with beef. I couldn't eat beef anymore.
All right, so there we're
No
gonna
idea.
get very, very hot pan.
Super hot, screaming hot.
Yep. Get in there, leave it. Just don't mess around with it. Let it do its thing. Get a really good crispy sear on it.
I think a lot of people who are scared of cooking get that idea that you have to do so much stuff. And really, some of the best thing you can do with food is
Put it in
just
there,
leave it alone.
Leave it, yeah.
It's like smoking. I love doing brisket, pork shoulder, smoked salmon. We did smoked salmon at the Lost Tavern a while back, and it's literally a 5-day process to do smoked salmon. Yeah.
Wow, really?
So you cure it, let it dry, and you smoke it, and then you still have to let it rest for a day. So
I still haven't gotten to eat there.
Come check it out, man.
It's been hard, with COVID. It's hard to go out to eat
well,
places.
It's really bad how much that has affected
Mhm.
everything on Market Square, actually.
Yeah.
All right, so accompanying this dish, we're going to be doing the root vegetable gratin. So that is rutabaga, which is this giant beef right here.
I've always wondered what that looked like.
Very waxy
Yeah.
skin.
Okay.
What is this related to? Is it related to a ginger?
I mean, it looks like a giant turnip, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ginger potato turnip?
Yeah.
So, but I don't. Looks almost like they coat it in wax. So, I don't
It might. Yeah.
Probably
So,
true.
but you need to peel this. You can't just go ahead and boil that. You're going to have to peel that before you do anything with it.
Okay.
And we don't need to do an instant read thermometer on this because we know it's cooked all the way through.
Exactly.
Huh.
So here we've got turnip, simple root vegetable, very cheap. Beef. I grew up. My mother force-fed me canned beef.
Yeah.
Force-fed me. You know, it's one of those things that
You're not leaving this house.
exactly. Eat your vegetables. Well, canned beef tastes like dirt. All right.
Okay.
If you ever have never had beef before, buy fresh beef, roast them, and drizzle a little bit of balsamic vinegar or some cherry vinegar on them, and they are outstanding.
My first experience with beef was thinking it was cranberry sauce.
Oh no!
Cut out of a can. I'm like,
Oh,
oh, that's
no.
what that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, yeah. That's not what that is.
Yeah. So what I do with these, we're gonna peel all these vegetables, and then either the mandolin, if you have a mandolin at home, or even a very large peeler or slicer, you want to slice them very thin. And if you ever had potato gratin before,
Mhm.
the same process. We're going to do layers of each vegetable.
Oh, okay. I like it.
I'll do that.
Some people even have the slicer on the side of their cheese grater.
Oh yeah, slice. Yes, exactly. Here you go.
No. Here's some right here.
Oh, there you go. So, all right, let's go ahead and put these over. Put these over nice.
Here we go. Let's get a shot of that sear. Oh, that's
my
good.
goodness. There we go. That's looking good right there.
Oh yeah.
I can eat that.
See that? Can we get that?
Can we get that? Are we on the camera there with the sear? Yeah. Oh, that is.
All right, that's looking good.
And another thing that you did too here is you did salt, pepper.
Salt, pepper, garlic, boom. That's
Bam,
it.
done.
Yep, that's nothing fancy. A good steak will speak for itself.
Wow. Now, where did you get these steaks?
Food City.
Okay.
Not
Known for
too
actually
fancy.
having a really good.
They have
cooking
a
department.
wonderful meat cutter there. You cut them to. I told them what I needed. You cut them right there. So,
People don't use the butcher too much anymore.
Well, yeah, and they're not as have to. Yeah, they don't have as much.
you should do it.
You should use it.
Yeah,
That's what they're
absolutely.
there for.
Absolutely. We're gonna let that take that off the heat. Boom. Let that rest. Finish up over here. We're gonna take the butter.
Sometimes they're just happy to get a phone call and to be able to do something else other than just
Right.
things. Like, hey, I got a special order and I want to make something like, okay, I got the best thing you need.
I was
That's
doing
the way
this
to do it.
steamed fried chicken where you steam it first and then you flash fry it, and it's so good. But I took the whole chicken to them and I had them quarter it up the right way. And yeah, he was so excited. He's like, yeah, I love to destroy this animal in a different way.
So
we're adding
throw
some
butter in there?
Right, so about roughly half a stick of butter. And that should, that's not too much, right?
A whole lot of butter.
Hey, that's what you guys were talking about earlier,
That's
right?
exactly what we're talking about.
And-
And this is going to be enough for more than those two.
Right. And for people watching at home, keep in mind that when you go to a restaurant and it's so good and you can't figure out why,
It's the butter,
it's butter and it's salt.
cream,
Yeah, a lot of that very heavy
Fat.
red stuff. Yeah,
Bacon.
something you're scared to use
Yeah.
at home. They're using it at the restaurant
Lard.
all the time.
Yep.
Oh, for sure.
all that stuff.
I don't know why it's so good. When I get home, it doesn't taste like this.
How did I gain 20 pounds? I don't know. All right, so there we go. We're gonna get the plate set up for this.
Yep.
Let's see. We're gonna need to round something up. I'm gonna move this over to this.
Good idea. Good idea.
There we go. That was the one.
Oh, we got a plate. We went over the plate. It's a large kitchen. We don't always know where the plates are, but now we know.
All right, so along the lines of that vegetable gratin, let's go ahead and get this off the.
And we're gonna let these steaks rest, right?
Yeah, we're gonna take them off the heat right now.
Resting.
Resting. That's what everybody's been doing since March.
Yes. It's almost been a year. Can you believe it? Oh,
Can you believe it? That's insane.
I know.
How
I know.
fast time flies these
I
days.
know. This has been the slowest and fastest year of my life.
That's because it's not. It just started.
Let these rest there.
Because it's
Yes, I'm aware it's not 2021. I appreciate it.
You are welcome.
Gratin.
Gratin.
That is a fantastic looking steak.
That is a fantastic looking steak.
Mm.
I'm
You should just go
kind of
for it.
jealous.
There have been times in the past where we've been on the road and we'd be eating something and he'd be like, I think there might be beef in this, but I don't care, man. I just gotta eat it.
I need to stop.
It looks super good.
It's rough. It's a rough life.
Yeah.
It's a rough life.
No, it's perfect.
So Courageous, what's your favorite restaurant in town right now?
Favorite restaurant in town right now is Restaurant De La Casa.
Oh, tell me more.
It's at my house.
Oh, okay.
Because that's the only place I've been in a long time.
Yeah.
But let's see.
I will say this: if you're looking to support local restaurants while staying safe, we've started doing a thing called the Vehicnic.
Vehicnic.
It's a picnic in your car, and you drive up to the restaurant, you get your food to go, and you eat it immediately in the car. And like, if I'm paying $40 for a meal, I don't want to drive it home and let it get all soggy and weird, and then try to reanimate it like some sort of witch doctor. We're not doing that. We're just going to get it, eat it right in the car. That's what we're going to do.
I like it.
So I highly recommend that. And eating outside, which is hard to do right now because it's cold.
I'm with it. I'm with it. That's not a bad idea.
Is this the beet thing?
This is the beet.
We got the beet thing coming.
Beets. Turn up the beets.
This is your root vegetable gratin.
And this is going to be
So
on
You
the
know,
side.
I was thinking Valentine's Day,
Yeah, yeah.
so
I
this
like
is
what
gonna
you were
be
thinking.
very festive.
Red in the middle of the steak, red in
Oh,
the
yeah.
middle of the beet gratin.
If I can get it out of the pan.
I believe in
So,
you.
This is where it's like, oh man, come on, guys. There we go.
There you go.
Stay. Come on.
Oh, it's like a root vegetable lasagna.
Oh yeah.
yeah, there we go. It's not a bad
With
analogy there.
a little bit of some fresh rosemary, some white cheddar.
Oh, cheese in there.
Oh yeah, gotta have the cheese on there.
Throw some cheese.
Throw some cheese on that.
Throw some cheese on that.
Steak. Boom.
Oh yeah, and then our mushroom
A little bit
onion.
of the mushroom and the onions.
Oh, that's so nice. That is definitely Valentine's
Oh,
worthy.
It's crazy as how quickly you whipped this up. Like this would have taken me 7 days and 3 nervous breakdowns to pull off.
There you go, guys. And that is there you what, third, fourth?
Yeah, something like that.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
get.
You're gonna need a
this
knife
right
for that
here.
one. Definitely you're gonna need
A knife.
Oh yes,
Hopefully
knife me.
It feels like it.
Is it?
But it definitely needs a knife.
Thank you.
This is
Yep.
is it?
I didn't say, but it's nice.
Where'd my fork go?
There's
This one on that gratin. You're probably.
I'm trying to get to the steak. I mean, I gotta.
Yeah, that's what nice.
All right, let's see what happens. With
See what happens with the steak right here.
Oh boy.
See if I can.
Oh boy. Where we at?
Camera's fixing my face with the steak. You know it's difficult to cut a steak
it
with,
just looks
With a
knife.
giant knife?
but it's kind of comical, so I'm going for it.
Yeah.
How's it cooked?
It appears to be cooked
It's
perfectly.
Oh.
Rascal.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we
Very
go.
nice.
Mm.
Big old chunk. We good? Yeah, we good on that one?
so jealous.
That is so good.
Good.
That is so good.
So jealous.
I appreciate it, man.
Man.
So this is what's the name for that?
Beautiful. That's what it needs to be.
Valentine's.
That's
That's Valentine's Day. There
the
you go.
Valentine's steak.
Steak a la February.
There we go.
A la Champagne.
I love it.
There you go. All right.
It would be.
All right, so there we are. We're through the entrees, the appetizers. You guys want
So we've gotten some scallops. We've gotten some salmon
man with some mussels,
with some mussels,
some beef.
some beef tenderloin fillets.
Let's see what else we have. We got
We have this amazing dish right here. What did you call this again?
this is a root vegetable gratin.
Gratin. Okay.
It's you layer thinly sliced vegetables in there, and then we're gonna layer it with heavy cream, some sharp cheddar, and fresh rosemary,
And the
salt, pepper. Boom.
On
That
top,
was it. On
crumbs?
top, they
breadcrumbs.
just had some old baguette bread laying around. Season that, toast it off in the oven, send
Wow.
it through a food processor. Boom, on top. And that's it.
I love
Very
it.
simple.
Now is dessert our next meal?
Dessert is the
All
last.
right. So
meal.
between this and dessert, I am super honored and very excited to bring up the executive director of Spark, which is the organization that we're here raising funds for tonight. I would love to have her up here, and she can tell you about the mission, and maybe she won't butcher it like I do every time I mention it. But yes, here it is, Mary Tom Adams. Mary Tom, how are you? How are you?
Good, stand away from me.
Yes, sorry.
Stand away. I'll take my mask off. I haven't quarantined for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Hey, you guys are absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. Thank
You
you.
are wonderful. We could not be more delighted to have had this evening.
Thank you for having us.
You've donated your time, your energy, your enthusiasm, and you are now Sparkinators.
Thank you.
I like it.
Thank
You
you. I've been
are
told worse.
Sparkinators. You're the real thing. This is a wonderful night for us. We help people with disabilities by giving them opportunities to use assistive and adaptive technology. That can be a simple app on your phone or something really complicated that's a device to help you speak if you have no ability to do that. It can be a walker, a cane. It can be a toy that we've adapted for children who can't use their hands in
You
ways
told
that I
me what it
can.
was for, and that immediately had me interested. I thought it was outstanding. So I hope everybody out there does donate or at least take the time to, do what you can do, even if it's contributing some of your time.
Well,
that's
the
outstanding.
time that you give tonight is not only greatly appreciated by me and the Spark staff, but by the community that we serve. Especially in this time, it's been very isolating for the people that we serve. They're isolated anyway, and now, oh my gosh, it's just unbelievable how difficult it is for them to get out. So thank you
Now,
so very much.
Of all the stories you've seen over the years, are there any that really stand out to you as just extra heartwarming things that Spark has done to give people new life?
Yeah, I'll tell you one that happened this just before the pandemic. So I had a friend I saw in a restaurant. What was that like? And she said to me, she asked me what I was doing. I told her. And about 2 or 3 days later, she sent me an email and she said, Mary Tom, I've got a friend whose husband has just lost both his legs and he can't get a wheelchair. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? He cannot get a wheelchair. He has no legs. So I contacted the wife and I said, hey, we got chairs. Let's get him a chair. So it turns out this guy had had some serious health problems, and he had gotten a chair like 5 years before that. But not all wheelchairs are equal. So if you sit in a wheelchair and you have both your legs, that's one kind of wheelchair. If you sit in a wheelchair and you have no legs, that's another kind of wheelchair.
Oh, wow.
So 5 years is not enough for insurance to say, I don't care if you have legs, you don't get in a wheelchair. So this guy who was, a relatively young person is stuck at home. He can't do anything, right? The world is out there for him to be a part of. So we got him a wheelchair. And a few months later, she sent me a picture of him walking on his new prosthetic legs.
Wow.
So, that was a great day for us. That was a really great day. Just this week, there was 2 elderly ladies who came in, and everybody's masked, and we're social distancing the whole 9 yards. And they came in, and one of them had no vision. So she says to my staff, I miss books, miss being able to, do my thing. And so we had an old machine that will read a book, brought it out, and the woman burst into tears. I'm not talking like little cry, I'm talking like sobbing. The staff person had to come out of the room to come to me because she was starting to cry. Because this woman was so deeply moved. And then, of course, I started to cry. The whole building is crying, but this woman left happy. That's what we get to do lots of days of the week. And you guys are making it better for us. So thank you, thank you,
Thank you.
If I could hug
Thank you.
you, I would, but I
Would've already
can't.
happened.
So I just want to eat that steak.
Do
Well,
it.
we got one.
That's all you
Go
there's
for
a-
it.
Do
I've
it.
even got another small one here, so
All
we
right.
can sear that one up and feed everybody.
We'll put that one when we're done.
Put it over there.
There you
for
are.
us.
If you want to,
What we will do
Well, you
is
gotta have
throw
to
this
put the
back
stuff
in.
on it.
that's true. We
Got
got
that
stuff.
stuff. Got
Got
that
stuff.
stuff.
Right here, we'll stuff it.
Put it back in the, I put it in broil. That's why I screwed up.
Broil.
There you go.
All I did was put-
Don't broil when you're trying to roast or bake.
Okay.
It'll burn the
Maybe
top
not
of
broil
whatever
when
you're
you're
cooking.
trying to bake, for sure. That's amateur status. Right
And
there.
now you get to watch me eat more of this steak. Courageous, are you sure you don't want to have
I am.
massive explosive diarrhea tonight?
That is probably what wasn't going to share with everybody.
Yeah,
But
man.
you're more than welcome to share that. However you would like.
Did you try the steak yet?
I can't.
You can't.
Oh,
yeah.
My bad. Oh.
It's all right.
I'm
Lane
gonna
does-
stop saying
Lane
that.
does it to me every day.
I do.
Yes.
Oh, man, you
Saw
want some
that.
of this delicious beef dish? Oh, you can't have it.
Oh, wow.
All right.
There you go, bro. That looks outstanding. There you go.
It does look so pretty.
That's part.
I'm going over here.
I can make a steak. I'll tell you that. Sous vide.
So I had dinner at my mom's house last night, and our local grocery store started butchering the pig to have a ribeye, and they'll sell the pork ribeye all the time. Sometimes you see it occasionally, depending on what your butcher's doing. Well, this thing was so good. I liked it better than a beef ribeye. So,
The pork ribeye?
Mhm.
It's outstanding.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
You never had that before.
and something I've wanted to try for a long time is pork brisket. There's a small brisket on a pig. Have you tried this?
I have not. I've heard about that.
I did not know about that either.
Now, what are we having for dessert?
We have 2 desserts. We have
I'm
a
with it.
simple one. It's a red wine poached pear that the red wine has been fortified with some cinnamon and some nutmeg and a little bit of sugar. And that's going to be served with some vanilla and honey whipped mascarpone cheese. Very simple. We also have a chocolate and almond tart that we made with a graham cracker crust.
Mm.
Basically, it's a simple chocolate ganache with a graham cracker crust and honey roasted almonds mixed into the crust.
I like it.
That's it.
That
And
is my favorite.
two desserts. They look very difficult. They look outstanding. Very colorful. 2 simple desserts.
Yeah.
Anybody can make them.
Yeah, I think everything tonight has been manageable for the average person.
Yeah.
Especially at the sous vide. I think the emergence circulator, that's an amazing kitchen tool.
Could be intimidating, I guess, if you don't know what you're doing. But
Yeah.
But it makes everything so easy because it's just done.
Google's amazing.
YouTube University.
YouTube.
Class
Yes.
2020.
You know
YouTube
what
is
we should
outstanding.
do? We should put together one of those Smile accounts, and we can list all the things you need for like instant read thermometer,
Yeah.
emergency circulator, and when they buy it, a piece of that can go to
Absolutely.
Spark.
There
That's
you
a
go.
good
We're
idea.
working on that. Don't get any
Working
ideas
on it.
just yet.
we need to get 2 plates and we'll
You need
eat both desserts
You need
together. We could go ahead and turn that up.
Don't blow that.
So this is basically going to explain how we made the chocolate, the tart. So you can buy these at, let me get these. I think I bought them online actually. They're just little individual tart shells.
Oh, okay.
Boom. I think you can get them at Joann's possibly. So you just pop it in there, and what we'll do is, in a simple food processor, combine almonds. Like you can buy a canister of honey roasted almonds. Nothing spectacular. Nothing. Boom, simple. Throw it in there. Yep. That's how easy it's gonna be.
I bet this thing's gonna give me a heart attack.
Oh, boy.
You're such a
Here
tart
we go
guy.
again.
You thought you paid for the cookie show. You actually paid for the joke.
There was one other graham cracker.
Almonds are tart
I have no
healthy.
graham Are you talking about
Because tart healthy.
Yep.
Yeah, I get it.
I thought it was funny.
So some almonds. These are graham cracker crumbs right here, already crushed up.
Lane carried him in.
Really, for one of these, you're probably going to need 3 graham crackers. That's it. You know,
3?
but
Okay.
yeah, I mean,
For one?
it's not much at all. So we're going to go ahead and probably go overboard on this. And
I don't know if we can do that, man.
so if you want to pop that in there.
Nope.
There's an
Slide it
outlet
back.
on the side, is there?
Nope.
All right, so we're gonna pop this in over here. Take that up and run it up tonight. From here, while this is going, beforehand, I probably should have thrown some butter in the microwave. You just melt it. It doesn't matter. You throw it in 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
Put it in your armpit.
Yep, that's it. Just need to get
What I
it
do.
melted, right? We can make this.
Now, what is this contraption? If somebody doesn't know what this is, what is
a
that?
double boiler right here. This is so we don't break the chocolate. So we're using it's a dark chocolate. It's a dark chocolate and milk chocolate mixture actually. So I used one. It was like 62% cacao.
How hot is it right now?
It's good enough
Melted.
taste. You're good. So, but this is a mixture of chocolate, heavy cream, and some honey. Nothing complicated.
Chocolate,
Very
heavy cream,
easy.
and honey.
That's it. That's
Okay.
all this is.
I mean, so you boil water, put a glass bowl on top of it,
Boom.
then blend it, keep it going.
That's it.
You just put it on the eye, it would burn it.
Yes, it would absolutely burn it.
Too
So
hot.
you want to
Ooh,
just
that
kind of
is
let
great.
that.
And you want to keep water away from it, right? Water and chocolate don't like each other.
Exactly.
Wow, I didn't know that.
So the butter. Where did I put that stick of butter?
Right behind you.
Under my armpit.
So we're going to add some butter to this to help it stick into a crust. Once we add the butter to the graham crackers and the almonds, we form it in the shell, which is right here.
Dark chocolate, yeah.
Yep. So I'll show you guys what I'm talking about here in 1 second. I do have one ready, so we're not going to have to wait for it to the chocolate. You pour it in there on top of the crust, and then it sets up into just deliciousness.
No bacon.
You do bake the crust
Okay.
for about
Oh, okay, the crust.
5
Bake
to
the
7
crust.
minutes. Yeah. So
I'm excited.
I am Jonathan.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Excited.
Stay tuned.
So we got a pear that's going to be. What do you say?
Poke pear.
Oh,
I think it's poking in red wine.
Red wine.
Probably can't hear me, but it's okay.
It would be funny if it was like a turkey fridge in one of those shows. And then that would be. I don't think that would be funny.
Favorite dish so far tonight?
Favorite dish so far?
Can't say steak because you didn't try it.
Yeah, honestly, the beef
Beef thing.
gratin was really good. I really liked it. But the sand, I don't know. The scallop was
The scallop was
mussels.
great. But the scallop was also
I
the
don't know
first
which
thing
one's
that
my
we
favorite.
had.
That's
you know,
true.
Sometimes when you eat something first, it sort of
primacy
wins.
and recency.
Yes, we talk about that a lot.
We did.
So that is your crust. That is basically a big chunk of butter with some graham crackers in it.
I like it.
Love it.
Completely
That's
healthy.
what it is.
Completely
Correct.
healthy.
The
So,
almonds are
from
heart
here-
healthy and they're good for
Oh,
your
yeah.
heart.
And they're tart healthy.
Boom, boom, boom.
Tart healthy.
I stole this joke. I'm sorry. You may not have been listening earlier, but now it's my joke.
Now it's
From
your
me.
joke.
From there, you're just basically pushing it out from the middle.
Work
the
it through.
sides. Boom, boom, boom. Once you bake this, that will become a solidified shell.
Is that what the butter does?
Why is it called a tart? Were they traditionally tart in flavor?
I mean, you could do a fruit tart. I think it's just the fluted edge on that. So from here, we would bake that
Lane
normally,
definitely does tart a
right?
little bit.
We're gonna skip that part.
But it's okay to eat it and bake it.
Make that like
Absolutely.
what, 5-10 minutes?
That's it. And then from
Oh
there,
yeah. Hold on.
go ahead,
We got this. We got the shot here. It's kind of hard to get.
pour that in there.
Oh,
And we're gonna refrigerate this. Let it set.
Yep, that's all you do.
Perfect.
Throw that in the refrigerator.
Get it in
boom.
the fridge. We'll
Done.
get them to the fridge.
And by the magic of television.
Wait, we have one ready?
Oh my
How
God.
did you know to do that? Can you,
What do we got?
if you were watching and you're a TV producer, you should do that on your cooking shows because it's such a good idea. Like, we would just have to wait for it to cool off. Oh, that
Go
looks
here.
great.
Well,
Looks
I
like a
mean,
giant
boom.
Reese's cup.
Yes. Peanut butter would be wonderful in this.
All right.
There.
Oh, that looks great.
And it's so easy to come out. With that
Yeah,
little,
okay.
okay.
Now here's where it's gonna get a little tricky.
Oh, yeah.
This
got
little
some on
piece
my
on the bottom. So I'm gonna
Quick fork.
let's go. Throw this over here. And we don't want to break the tart. So fingers crossed.
Please don't break
Let's
my tart.
Oh man.
Nobody wants a
Yeah.
broken tart
Yeah.
on Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
Polly? Right?
Oh my
That's
God.
what I'm saying.
Don't be a tart breaker. All right, new forks.
New fork. Now with this you can do we can crush up some almonds on top of that, or you can just do some whipped cream. I don't really
Has this
want-
one been baked?
boom.
The crust has been
Yes.
baked?
So there's your final
Would
product.
the
right
mascarpone be good on that?
there.
No?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't
I'm going first.
Go for it. Tart breaker.
Literally tart breaking. All right. I'm going to let you cue one up, cue a bite up too, and we're going to eat it at the same time.
Okay.
Ooh.
Everyone's looking in
Ooh.
our studio.
So
They're
jealous.
that
seeing
just
how
looks-
giant the bites are. They're like, oh
Maybe
no.
even like
I'm not
some,
gonna
maybe
have
some
any.
homemade caramel would be wonderful on that.
Mm.
Oh my lord.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Dude.
Thumbs up. 3 thumbs
Thank you.
up.
8 thumbs up. man.
Awesome.
That's no good.
And so easy.
It's extremely easy. That's possibly one of the easiest desserts you can make. And
Simple as pie.
the flavor is incredible. It's rich. It's crunchy. It's creamy. I mean, it's what you want right there.
I'm
You
making
can
this
throw a little
for my
sea
girlfriend.
salt on there, some sea
Make
salt caramel.
I don't know.
You totally
I think
mess
that
around
is
with it.
absolutely perfect. I
Awesome.
think it's sort of like we talked about earlier, is keeping things simple.
Yes.
Sometimes a dish can stand on its own. If it's just a biscuit with gravy on top, sometimes that is culinary excellence. That's all you need.
It is. It's all about the quality of the ingredients.
That is it. They gotta have some.
I want so badly to eat the rest of this.
I want to eat it all. Y'all should know we like you a little bit. That
Yeah.
was not made.
Yeah, that's how you
Would
know.
not have made it.
And I guess we've got the other one. Is it cooling off? So,
Oh,
It's actually, yep.
so we'll be eating more of that later. You
And it hasn't been baked, but it'll be a little.
So if you're just stumbling upon us here on Facebook Live, please head to sparktn.org to figure out about this amazing organization that creates adaptive technologies for people with disabilities. My name is Lane Schuler,
And my name's Courageous.
and together we are I.N.K. We are poets,
Writers,
entertainers,
educators,
and so much more. And we are hosting a cooking show tonight.
First time ever.
First time ever. So we're about to see the end. We're about to see the last dish, but this video will be available in any platform. So make sure you save this post and share this post too, so other people can see it.
Save, share,
Share.
share, share. You save it, I'll share it.
Sure.
Sure.
So yeah, that's what we do. And we're also kind of strange. In case you didn't know.
Kind of.
Big thanks to I forgot it's been a long night.
What?
Fuad and Layla Mishu. This is their beautiful, amazing house
Indeed.
on Fort Loudon
Fort
Lake,
Loudon
right
Lake.
here on the southern tip of the shore.
Yeah.
They call it
On the
North Shore. They
peninsula.
call it North Shore, but it's really the South Shore.
Technically, yeah.
No, it's the North Shore because it's the northern part of the water, so it'd be the North Shore, wouldn't it?
You know, I don't know why they do
It's
that.
the southern coast, but it's the northern shore.
and we're not even in North
Yeah, it's the
Carolina.
North Shore. We're not.
So good, right?
Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, North Shore.
Maybe it's because the lake, we're on the north
North Shore
of
of
the
the
lake.
lake, but we're on the south coast of Knoxville.
Yeah.
Maybe there's
Works for me.
circle that here, bro.
You know,
Just one of those
yeah.
things.
Just one of those things. So yes, thank you, Fuad and Layla, for letting us borrow your amazing house. Shout out to so good. Shout out to Chef Justin Holleman. Works
Hello.
for the Preservation Pub family of establishments.
Thank you guys. Thank you
So
for having
good.
me very much. It's been a wonderful evening.
This has been absolute outstanding. Like to me, to get restaurant chef quality food in the middle of COVID, fresh
you.
off the skillet. This, I'm just gonna go ahead and admit it. I set this whole thing up for myself.
And you know what?
Just
It's
so we can have
wonderful
discussion.
cooking for people who aren't picky. My
Yeah.
wife is probably the pickiest person I know.
No.
So you're eating things that I love to cook that she won't even eat.
Gotcha.
How about that? Yeah, if you're watching, you should try it at least.
Try it.
once.
You will like
He
it.
said it.
I
Not
probably
me.
just got myself in trouble.
You might have-
Probably. Yeah.
If you serve something really, really hot, she'll just burn her taste buds off.
And
then
oh,
You're like,
good idea.
you love everything now.
That's a great idea.
It's so good.
Maybe
No,
some
but-
hot coffee one morning.
Mine
I
have
would
too.
call it a great idea. I call it a not so good idea.
We already talked about taste buds today.
Hey, shout out to Neon Entertainment. That is our agency.
Shout out to Neon Entertainment.
While we got time, we'll shout them out. Thank you.
Wonderful people. Shout out to
Scott
my
and
girlfriend. Hey, she's watching. Hey, Britt.
Shout out to my parents. Probably in bed, but thank you for everything. Thank you for teaching me all the beautiful, wonderful things, cooking.
My
and-
parents aren't watching.
Okay. Why not?
You know, it's technology related, and they are not making it happen.
Yeah, I feel it. Shout out to my
I-
brother, my
try-
wife Hannah, who is driving right now through this horrible weather.
Where's she driving?
She's driving from High Hampton, North Carolina, to here.
Go through the rain in the mountains.
Rain in the mountains, apparently.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
No fun at all.
No snow though.
Terrible.
So that's good.
Yep, that's good.
All right. So our last course is
That
even
was
more
second.
simple than the last. It's
Okay.
once again about the ingredients, and we did poached pears, and this is just right there.
Explain poaching to people at home.
So what I did was I took maybe half a bottle of wine. I'd use a Cabernet Sauvignon, maybe about 3 tablespoons of sugar, and about a teaspoon of nutmeg and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And then bring that up, not to a boil, but it'll start steaming a little bit. And then you're going to use, here we go.
It's like a mulled wine kind
Yeah,
of, right?
yeah, exactly. But you just peel a couple of pears, get all the peel off, all the way down to the top, all the way
Okay.
down up to the stem. And then you're just going to take the wine off the heat. Boom, let it sit in this for, once again, 2-3 days.
I got
Thank
it.
you.
You,
Thank
you
you.
losing it up for me.
Yeah. There we go. All right, so let's bring this over to the cutting board.
I cheated. My hands were dry.
Get a good spot on that. Get that there. All right. And you're going to be left with something that looks like that.
Oh,
The color
so
is
pretty.
outstanding. And this can be reused more than once. You can keep going, keep going.
Oh, just keep using the.
Oh yeah.
Poaching thing.
Huh.
If you're
And you don't cook the alcohol out of it, it tastes pretty darn good, to be honest with you.
I don't know what happened.
It's very sweet. It's very sweet, so it's not something that you want a lot of.
right,
However, it's very. Come on, man.
the magic of television. Do you have one of those things where it's like a bigger jar and you
There
can
we
say through the magic of television?
Television. I got him out. All right, so there's our 2. So obviously, it's about what, half a quart.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen half a quart in my life many times. That's about it.
That's,
Yeah.
that's quite a bit, right? So from there, for the sauce for the dish, I took this liquid, and then cooked that down the same way that we did the wine for the fillet, and then this creates an almost a syrup, if you will.
So what all is in that sauce?
This is the wine, the sugar, the nutmeg, and the cinnamon.
Okay.
All right, and then we have the pears. With that, we're gonna pair it with some fresh or some mascarpone cheese that we're gonna put a little bit of vanilla bean in,
Mm-mm.
and then whip that together.
Mascarpone is
It's
like
basically like
Italian
Italian
cream
cream cheese. It's
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
bit more creamy, a little bit more sweet. And then
Okay.
What's the thing that sounds like mascarpone, but it's actually almond paste? Marzipan.
marzipan.
I always get those 2 mixed up, and they're very different.
Yeah,
They are.
Yeah.
we're gonna put marzipan with this. I don't know if that's
So this will be served on a plate, small bowl.
I'm gonna go in a bowl with this one.
Bowl with this one. All right, let's
Yep.
get some bowls.
And just gotta find you see a vanilla bean little
I did see one.
Pod?
I don't know where it went.
Where is it?
I guess we could just pretend we're putting vanilla bean.
Yeah, we can put some black pepper on it and we'll say it's vanilla bean. It's basically the same, right? There's similar.
Did you see that
Pretty
one
much
of those
the
little,
same
like a spice
I did not.
jar?
He's
Vanilla
not.
bean? What in the world?
You know, I gotta admit, we've done pretty good today, all things considered. Like,
So far.
not losing stuff in a kitchen that we're not familiar with.
Huh. Maybe it's in the fridge. Hold on one second.
Hold on one second. Hey, if you're wondering how to make all this stuff, we are going to put all the ingredients list and the recipes on sparktn.org. That is our website. You can also go there and donate. So if you stumbled upon this on Facebook and you don't know what this is, this was a ticketed event that's open to the public now in hopes that people that see it go there and donate. So the ticket cost was $25, but you can donate whatever you want, whatever you think this night was worth to you. We would be very grateful for your donations. Still looking for vanilla bean pie.
Okay, well, it was misplaced. We're gonna make do.
It was stolen. The pizza man stole.
Well, I was going to explain the process of using actual vanilla bean instead of using a vanilla extract. Well, we'll just go with that. Hold up.
If it turns up, we'll tell you more about it.
All right, so back to the mascarpone. Now, what we do is put a quarter of one vanilla bean pod. We cut it down the middle, take the beans out, and we combine it with this. And then we're going to whip it. Is that it? Ah!
We found it!
Saves the day.
Right here,
All right,
courageous with
wonderful.
the wind.
All right. So here's it's kind of ridiculous. You get 2 vanilla bean pods
Wow.
per jar.
For only
And,
$19.
I mean, for only $19.95. But wait, there's more. So you get here, and then what we're gonna use. The thing about this, you can use a quarter of this, and that's still gonna give you quite a bit of flavor. With the other half of it,
Yeah, that's crazy.
what you'll do, or what I would do, is you can take your sugar canister and just bury this in the sugar, and within 2 weeks you'll have vanilla flavored sugar. And that's outstanding for if you're gonna do any sort of brulee or anything. You torch it, just add so much more flavor to anything that you're gonna do.
I think vanilla
Dessert
is
wise,
underutilized.
I don't think you want to do vanilla sweet tea with that sugar.
I have done vanilla sweet tea before, and it was great. Oh,
I don't know about that.
oh, it was so good.
It's pretty wild.
Yeah. Now it probably maybe hurt my
I'm a
pancreas
wild
a little bit. I am a wild guy.
So, all right, so we're gonna cut that down the middle, and then use the blunt end of the knife, just kind of push down, and you're gonna just extract all those little fancy little vanilla bean seeds out of there. Oh yeah. Come on, get out of there. There we go. There we go. And then we're gonna combine this with that mascarpone. And I think we probably add just a touch of cream to loosen that up a little bit. So it'll be more like a mascarpone whipped cream. Take that.
I like where you're headed.
And this tiny little bit should flavor this whole.
Goes a long way.
Oh yeah. And I think we still have that heavy cream. That's on there.
Can I just eat some of this?
Go for it.
It's not very good.
It's not very good by itself.
It's like kind of like tastes like pipe tobacco smells.
Yeah, that's actually a really good assessment.
I
Yeah.
love the way pipe tobacco smells.
I do
Smells
love
great.
pipe tobacco smells.
I think
Doesn't
the way it
probably
tastes.
doesn't taste that way.
Yeah.
It's yes, it's those
Keep going. Pick that up. Hopefully add a little bit more cream to it.
that's it.
So for the pear, you can either cut it in half and serve it whole. I like to slice it up. It's a lot easier to eat.
A lot easier to share.
Oh yes.
Well, some people have it around there.
Spoon.
That's strange. My fingers smell funny now.
Like vanilla?
Yeah.
The bowl. So to cut these up, I'm just gonna go straight down the middle.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
And how many days did this stay in the poaching liquid?
This was 2.
2 days.
So from here, I'm going to take out the cord is a little bit firm. Take that out.
So you really got to plan ahead with some of the meals you create.
Depending on how much time you want to take to do it.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted to poach a pear within a day, you could do it if you went ahead and sliced the pear first.
Oh, okay.
You're going to lose a lot of the texture of the pear. You also want to make sure that your liquid is going to be, once you infuse the liquid, the wine, make sure it's cooled down, not to room temperature, but not ice cold, but you still want it to be a little bit warm, just not hot, because then you'll completely lose the texture of the pear.
Yeah.
So here, we're going to throw this down. And span that out a little bit. Boom. And then from here.
What are these pieces of chocolate for?
That was basically just going to be, the same chocolate that went into the tarts. You can taste.
This is good.
Yeah.
Where did you?
They're for eating.
Is this just like a commercial kitchen chocolate?
That is a bag of, what is it? Ghirardelli.
Yeah.
62% dark chocolate.
That's right. You mentioned that
There
earlier.
you go.
That's great. Chef, you did a great job on this. This is just great. Man.
So, here we go. This. Put that on there.
Oh boy.
And then. Take that and just drizzle this around top.
Beautiful. Oh, beautiful.
All right. Boom. There you go, guys.
It's ready.
That's that.
All right. I have a.
What's this?
Is it a spoon or a fork?
This, I would go fork.
All right, we're going fork.
Got a fork. Fork it. I already got a fork. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop in here.
Here we go.
Oh boy. Oh man.
Not too, it's
Perfect.
like the good end of the meal.
Yep.
Yeah, like a sort of an amuse-bouche at the very, very
Yes,
end.
yeah, kind of little, the cheese, I like the cheese factor into it.
It really does.
That's so fun.
Awesome.
That cheese does so much.
Cool.
Wow.
Well. Excellent.
Wow.
You have absolutely blown my mind today.
Thank you, man.
I see what you
appreciate
mean about mascarpone too.
it. Yeah, so it's got a little bit more, it's not, the cream cheese is kind of just clunky.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you get this and it's just a little bit lighter, a little
Yeah.
bit sweeter.
And that vanilla makes a difference too.
Hold
It's
on.
there, now,
Now you're in there.
you're onto something there. You could also just take that ganache and
We're
Oh,
freestyling. We're
Oh,
freestyling
no.
right now in Knoxville, Tennessee, baby. We're freestyling.
It can't be bad, right? It can't be bad.
See,
Let's
the only
try.
reason I'm getting some more is because of this.
All right.
Because it's gonna be.
How's the pear?
Good.
The pear is
I haven't
fantastic.
even tried the
But there's
pear.
only one.
Oh, there's only one pear?
Yeah,
I'm
so it's
going
not a pear.
fingers.
Yeah. Yes to the
Two.
chocolate?
Yes to the chocolate.
Okay, well, that was
It's
amazing.
outstanding.
So I hope you enjoyed everything tonight. If you need the recipes, sparktn.org. Head over to the Spark page. Smack that like button if you haven't seen it. You can see all the amazing stories of things that Spark is doing. Instagram, we're on there at I.N.K Spoken Word.
I.N.K spoken word.
At I.N.K Spoken Word. Should be pretty easy to find. You have
Check out scruffycityhall.com or scruffycity.com. We're going to be opening up Bernadette's Crystal Ballroom here in the next couple of weeks. Amazing if you're into gemstones and kind of the whole bohemian lifestyle.
and vegetarian food.
Vegetarian
Vegetarian
food,
food.
all vegetarian food. Come check it out. It's right there on Market Square, right next to Preservation Pub. Look for you.
All right. Well, I think that's everything. So again, thank you to Fuad and Layla Mishu. This house is amazing, and it's been great for this event. And yeah, head to sparktn.org. Please consider donating. We would love to have any donation, even if it's your time or your lightly used durable medical equipment. We would take that as well. So until next time, my name is Lane Schuler.
My name's Courageous.
And together we are I.N.K. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time. Stay
Thank
in
y'all.